Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host Armando Venditti. In this episode, I have a new album review to do for you. It is the latest release from Slash called Orgy of the Damned. Orgy of the Damned was released on May 17th, 2024, listed officially as Slash's second solo release, his follow-up to his 2010 self-titled release. The album Orgy of the Damned, I love that title, was produced by Mike Klink. Mike Klink worked with Slash and Guns N' Roses for Appetite for Destruction and also GNR Lies. Mike Klink has also worked with other artists such as Fuzzbubble on their debut self-titled release. Orgy of the Damned clocks in at 69 minutes, 39 seconds, released through Gibson Records. Artwork for the album, as you saw there put up front there, is done by Tony Grease. Will I say that right? Fantastic artwork for the album. The two singles released from the album thus far are a version of Killing Floor featuring Brian Johnson of AC/DC on lead vocals, released on March 8th, 2024, and a cover of Fleetwood Mac's Oh Well, featuring Chris Stapleton on lead vocals, released on April 12th, 2024. Now, as I said, this album, it's a blues cover album. 12 tracks, 11 covers, and one original composition. Again, clocking in at a massive 69 minutes and 39 seconds, massive for these days. But the album flies by. It's amazing. It's ass shaking, it's gut punching, it's rocking, and funky in some spots as well. I'm going to go through it with you. Now, it starts off with a cover of The Pusher, Hoyt Axton track featuring Chris Robinson of the Black Crowes on lead vocals and harmonica. Follow that up with Crossroads, Robert Johnson track made famous by Cream in the 1960s, featuring Gary Clark Jr. on lead vocals. Fantastic. What I like about this album is, um, even though Slash is staying true to the original compositions with the arrangements, he also puts his own spin on the tracks. Heavy guitar textures all over the place on this album. And I should tell you that all the tracks, in terms of playing times, range in between 3 minutes to literally 7 minutes and 59 seconds. So quite a lengthy album for some people, but for me, it flies by. And hopefully for you, it will too. It's amazing, right? After Crossroads is a version of Hoochie Coochie Man, featuring Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top on rhythm guitar and lead vocal. Amazing. Up next is a blistering version of Oh Well, the Fleetwood Mac cover written by Peter Green, featuring Chris Stapleton on lead vocals. And what I like about Chris Stapleton's vocals for this track, he's got that sort of raspy, almost whiskey drenched kind of vocal that he brings to the composition. Just amazing. Just amazing. After Oh Well is a track called Key to the Kingdom, Key to the Highway, sorry, Key to the Highway, featuring a vocalist, Dorothy, which I'm new to. I don't know much about her in terms of her past work, but again, fantastic work. The one track on this album that is the weakest one out of the 12 is a track called Awful Dream, featuring Iggy Pop on the vocals. The reason why, to me, it's the weakest track, it's got nothing to do with Slash's playing. The arrangement, the production is fantastic. Slash's playing is stellar. I'm not a fan of Iggy Pop. I never was, and I never will be. I do not like his, low kind of, I don't know what you call it, kind of a vocal. It's not for me. But the production and the arrangement of the music is fantastic. So after Awful Dream, you have Born Under a Bad Sign, featuring Paul Rogers on lead vocals, blues galore, right? The one track is the next one that was a real big surprise for me, is a version of Papa Was a Rolling Stone, clocking in at 7 minutes and 52 seconds. Just amazing. Funk all over the place, right? Beautiful playing. What I like about this album too is the fact that um, Slash and everyone else in the studio are having fun with these compositions. You can tell that they're just going for it and having a good time. And with Papa Was a Rolling Stone featuring Demi Lovato on lead vocals, you wouldn't think that, the work of Slash would go well with Demi Lovato, but you know what? It does. It does. Slash has always been an artist that basically does whatever the hell he wants to do. Okay. And if he wants to work with an artist like Demi Lovato or even Fergie, which he did on his subtitle debut release, why not? Right? He respects the artist he works with and he has fun with it. You know what? Who gives a shit? Right? It works. Up next is a lead-off single, Killing Floor, featuring Brian Johnson from AC/DC on vocals. You know what? This song kicks ass. Okay. Hearing Brian Johnson, I didn't recognize it was him because he doesn't sound like he does with AC/DC. He doesn't sing in the high, raspy register. He sings in a lower register, clear tone, beautiful, nice, rich vocal delivery. Bloody hell. Amazing. Right. And Slash has said that he'd always wanted to do a version of Killing Floor. And he always wanted to have Brian Johnson do the vocal for it because he knew that Brian Johnson could sing beautifully in the lower register. So he had this opportunity. He did it. And you know what? It kicks bloody ass. It is amazing. It is funky. And if you see the video for the single, you can tell that they're having fun in the studio, that they're not just hamming it up for the cameras. They're having fun. The guitar is present. The drums are brilliant. And you know what? It works, right? Just wonderful. Up next, after Killing Floor, is a version of Living for the City, track by Stevie Wonder, featuring Tash Neal and his vocals. Just great. Stays true to the original, but again, he has his own flair. Slash does on guitar. Just amazing. Up next is the longest track on the album, Stormy Monday, clocking in at a whopping 7 minutes, 59 seconds. Might as well just say 8 minutes, right? Featuring Beth Hart on vocals. Beautiful. Blues galore, right? Beth Hart on vocal, forget about it. She delivers such an emotional, gut-wrenching vocal on this, just to the point where you're thinking that she's ripping her throat apart when she's doing it. And it is emotional. It is raw. It is a raw performance. And she delivers all the way to the end. And at the very end of the track, she literally says to Slash, that was a fucking great performance. Okay? That was a fucking great performance. Right? You don't expect it. Right? I mean, she does swear during the song, but you don't expect that last little bit where she praises Slash and his performance in the studio. Just amazing. The last track on the album is the only original composition called Metal Chestnut, written by Slash, clocking in at 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Just, it starts off as just a beautiful, slow piece, just Slash on guitar, just doing some notes, some chords. And then the band comes in and it's blues all over the place. For 3 minutes and 2 seconds, it packs a hell of a punch. Okay. So that's the album, guys. Orgy of the Damned. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Discogs. Amazon right now is carrying it for anywhere between, for CD, you can get it for $23.95. It also comes in a double black vinyl or something like an astronomical amount, like $70 or something like that. The CD goes from anywhere from $23.99 to $40.99. You can get it for 23, go for the 23. Amazon.ca does not carry it direct right now. I guess there's something to do with the licensing agreements and stuff for distribution. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. Please stream this on YouTube, listen to the album, put it on while you're doing something around the house or whatever. It's fantastic. You will have your ass shaken in no time. So that's it for now. Please, if you listen to Orgy of the Damned, I do love that title. Please let me know down there in the comments below what you think of Slash's new release, again, Orgy of the Damned. And again, which is your favorite track on the album? I personally like all of them. I do like Killing Floor. I think it's a funk fest. I think it's a fun romp. It's an ass shaker of a track. And I do think that Brian Johnson delivers one hell of a performance on vocals. But again, don't take my word for it. And before you go buy it, check it out on YouTube, right? Listen to it first. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you what I like and what I think you would like. So again, let me know what you think. Click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content that I've got coming up. I've got new shows coming up with Bill Schuster and Jim Bricker. Bill Schuster right now is busy with family matters, but we're going to be doing a new music discovery episode on the Tea Party, where Bill's going to give his views on Splendor Solis, their major label debut for EMI Records and Chrysalis. And Jim Bricker and I are coming back with an episode on our King Crimson Top 10 albums. All right. So that's it for now. Please look after yourselves and one another. Again, click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content that we've got coming up. That's it for now. Please look after yourselves. I'm Armando Venditti signing off. Bye for now.